Welcome to Tin Can Roulette, where our two home cooks randomly select 3 tins and have to bring them together into one delicious dish.
It's really strong.
I don't know what this is.
This time we're raising the difficulty level to extra hard. These are some of the weirdest things you'll ever see in a tin.
Why would we do that? Because we don't succeed when it's easier.
Maybe that's why.
Oh, maybe.
You're now going to randomly select your first tin, which is protein. They're colour-coded. Jay, you go first. We're looking for your first protein here. Straight away, Jamie, you've chosen green, and our green tin is this.
Cougar Gold sharp white cheddar cheese.
In a tin. That's all right though. Cheese.
Okay, tin cheese, that's fine. Yeah, all right.
Is it?
I have blue.
Bear with me. You chose blue. You can leave your hat on with the full Monty.
A full English breakfast in a tin.
Next up, fruit and veg. Jay, back in.
So red.
Okay. Oh, Jay. Interesting.
What's going to go well with my cheese?
Mushy peas.
Cheese and peas.
Okay, you got it.
Cheesy peas.
Blue again.
Blue. This is vegetable pate.
Okay, vegetable pate.
Finally, we move on to miscellaneous or random. Jay, back in.
Blue.
Oh,
I've stolen your blue, is that all right?
That's fine.
I think you could just combine all 3 tins and be off of it because
I thought this was supposed to be hard.
You've got sloppy joes.
I think that works. This was supposed to be hard.
I just realised what Mike could have.
Green.
Mike, you have another meal in a tin. Spaghetti carbonara.
With a full English breakfast.
Right.
I made that, wasn't
We said this is going to be challenging. Boys, go get ready. Get your thinking hats on.
Bean sausages, potato. Interesting. Has it got egg in it? Vegetable pate. Oh my
That's not the colour
goodness.
I was expecting.
Tastes like soup.
I've got a whole wheel of cheese. Okay.
So think about herbs, spices, acid.
I'm trying to think about how to reconstitute these into things. Do you know what I mean? Like, what does the plate of food look like? I literally have no idea.
It smells like cheddar. It does smell like cheddar, like aged cheddar.
You've had a couple of minutes. You ready to go? In 3, 2, 1, cut!
Oh, good.
Okay, Mike, can you explain what's in your head?
Not much, honestly. I am going to create fritters. So my thinking is, there's no texture here whatsoever.
Interesting.
So to create texture, I'm actually going to deep fry my full English breakfast. So toss it through seasoned flour and create a batter using the sauce from my carbonara instead of milk. Now what I wanted to do is avoid using sort of flavour combinations that I always lean into. And then I was thinking, the other day I had Singapore noodles and they were really delicious. And they're a cross between sort of Chinese and Indian. So I'm going with Chinese and Indian flavour profiles.
Oh, okay.
Singapore noodle, full English, fritters. The rest I've got no idea what I'm doing with.
Either way, confident start. Jay, can you beat fritters?
I can replicate fritters.
What do you mean?
I was thinking fritters with my mushy, like cheese and mushy pea fritters are a thing, and I was thinking I could go down that route. But now I'm going to change my plan because I don't want 2 fritters. First of all, I'm going to use my Manwich Sloppy Joe sauce. That is a pre-made, delicious-ish sauce that would usually take like a long time to create. So why not use that in a shakshuka style recipe? So I've got some pancetta frying off. I don't know if that's traditional in a shakshuka or not, but I've got a load of veg. Get that all frying off, then add in the sauce so it stews down a little bit, a couple of poached eggs on top, maybe with some cheese now, and then I've got to figure out where to put the mushy peas because I won't do fritters if he's doing fritters.
Doesn't really taste of much at all. It doesn't actually really taste of a huge amount. Like, overpowering, that is actually just sweet above anything else.
Right.
That is, again, sort of like a soupy creaminess.
Jay, you don't seem disappointed by your tins. How do they taste?
I've got pretty normal cheddar cheese. It's not the best cheese in the world, but it's a good mature cheddar cheese. Mushy peas, of course I know what these taste like. Have them every time I have fish and chips. This sauce is a really sweet, tangy, rich, smoky sauce, and that's why I think it's going to work well in a shakshuka style veg heavy dish.
So, I have drained the carbonara sauce from my carbonara, added flour and corn flour, and now flavoured it with curry powder, a bit more turmeric, garam masala, and some Chinese 5-spice. And what I'm about to do next could be a disaster. This is going to be a real lucky dip. Burgers, sausages.
Burgers?
Yep, little beef patties.
I've never seen anybody massage a tin of beans and sausages.
Oh, there's a mushroom. There's one mushroom.
Hey, it's the full Monty, everything's included.
Question is whether it holds together when it gets fried.
I'm now going in with my Manwich Sloppy Joe's sauce. See if that cooks down a little bit.
So, Jay, what's in your Sloppy Joe sauce? There's no meat.
There's no meat in it, so the first instruction is cook off a pound of meat thoroughly. Then add your Manwich sauce, and then number 3, ask to be called chef by anyone who addresses you.
Okay, 'cause that's
Yep.
right. Okay.
It's like Ebbers 101.
Yeah, number 4, serve, dig in, and leave hunger behind.
Drop a bit of something into the fryer and see if it's good to go.
And it's really strong, actually.
Strong on what?
Flavour.
What? The sauce?
Yeah.
Ah, in a good way?
Yes, but also if I'm thinking about reducing it down, also no. Because that's only going to get stronger.
As horrendous as that was to look at, I think it worked. They stuck together, they're frying away in fritters. Whether or not enough of the spice mix comes through and makes them actually taste of something, we'll find out.
You can imagine what Ebbers was like at school, but now you get to actually see it. We're hosting a live streamed weekend of food, fun and stories at the actual school where we all met. Expect classic sorted silliness with the jeopardy of being completely live, unedited and back at school. It's not long now, 25th and 26th of July. Info and tickets are all linked down below.
When you have something like shakshuka, you want something to dip into it. What if we had not just cheese on toast, but cheesy peas on toast?
Nice.
Cheesy peas on toast.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Like that.
Because then you could really taste the cheesiness and the pea.
And the penis.
Yeah.
Singapore fried full English breakfast.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
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 I haven't even put anything in there!
What? What's at the bottom?
Something that's on fire.
I think it's just butter. I'm going to serve this with like some green beans and some really nice rainbow in season carrots, which I'm just going to steam in a bowl with a tiny bit of water, cling film over the top, spike a couple of holes and then just stick it in the microwave. Then I'm going to toss it through butter, maybe some ginger and some chilli, just to make it taste of something. Hello.
You're going for a smoked.
Yeah, I'm going to smoke it actually, that's a good idea.
I'm going to have to bake this. This has only been part baked.
Do cheese and peas go together?
Cheese and peas?
Is there any other dish that does that?
Yeah, cheese and mushy pea fritters. It's a real dish.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, it's a real thing.
Last time we did one of these, the chefs were in control. And they were so impressive. Do you feel like you've learned much from watching them do this?
Actually, genuinely, yes.
Yeah.
Because we're obsessed with having a dish in mind. So I need to know what this is pretending to be.
Yep.
And then we try and replicate it, compromising on every step by going, oh, well, I wanted to make this. I haven't really got that, but I'll just use this instead, when that doesn't work. Whereas what they do is go, I'm going to cook something, I'm going to make that flavour work, I'm going to turn this into a flavour that also works, and start building it that way.
Now we're talking whole grain mustard, mushy peas and cheese.
Just tastes like I fried a full English breakfast.
And that's a bad thing?
It's now got texture,
Okay.
but you don't get any of that spicing through.
Can you do a spicy glaze like you would do with chicken wings?
Yeah, maybe. Maybe that's what it needs.
One thing I will tell you about tinned cheese, it grates incredibly well.
Is there anything different about it apart from it being a bit ugly?
The texture's not as crumbly as you might expect, but no, honestly, that is a decent. I'm going to stop myself there. That is a normal cheddar cheese.
Blimey.
Okay, my mustardy, cheesy, peasy toast is in the oven. Let that melt. In the meantime, I think we're good to make a couple of wells in our shakshuka, poach some eggs. This egg whites need to poach.
So now I'm blending up mango chutney, which is already sweet, spicy. Might need a little bit of acidity added to it.
Veg pate and Greek yogurt.
Yep, no clue, mate. This could be a keep going until you've made it taste nice, Mike.
This is 100% the wrong knife to be doing this with.
You have 90 seconds left.
Throw some fresh ginger now through.
Really hot.
Right, final 10 seconds.
Smear.
Yes.
I don't know what this is.
3, 2, 1, step away. Let's put those in a second and get them in front of a chef.
That looks amazing.
I don't know if it does.
Boys, I've brought a chef into
Yeah,
the mix
cheers for that.
because he hasn't seen how it was made and can judge probably more fairly. So Jamie chose sloppy joe sauce, mushy peas and cheddar and has made
A shakshuka of sorts, served with mustardy, cheesy peas on toast. Dippers.
That doesn't look odd. I'd assume from probably a kilo of cheese to get a pan of cheese, but that looks like a shakshuka with smashed avocado, but faux.
and Mike.
Kush knows I had a full English breakfast, a carbonara and vegetable pate. And I made...
Fine dining.
I think it tastes fine.
I think it looks really good.
I think it looks good.
So this is full English breakfast fritter with a mango chutney glaze, some veg and a some sort of vegetable pate yogurt herby thing.
But where's the carbonara element?
The sauce was used to make the batter to coat the full English.
Oh, okay. So it's a... All right.
I didn't want to hear that noise.
we go with you, Jamie, first? Actually, Jamie, how should we eat this?
Yeah, well, you've got some dippers.
So we dip
there are a
schmear.
couple of poached eggs, and there's some melted cheese moments as well.
I want a bit of cheese. I want a melted cheese moment. Oh, here we go.
Cheese wasn't.
Like cheese curds.
Well, actually, yeah. So it's kind of like poutine meets shakshuka meets ratatouille.
It's nothing like a poutine.
Such a sweet sauce, isn't it?
Really sweet. I've added no spices or other flavours to that. That is all the sauce.
Why?
First ingredient, tomato paste. Second ingredient, high fructose corn syrup, sugar, then vinegar. And then corn syrup.
Yep.
It is a shakshuka.
Yeah, it tastes like a shakshuka.
Yeah.
Really sweet, but quite tasty shakshuka. That's really nice.
You getting the pea?
Yeah, the pea sweetness and the tomato and vinegar sweetness is a bit clashy. Also, texturally, it's like reheated baby food on bread. But then again, how are you going to get peas into there without just mixing it all together? So in essence, it's relatively smart, and it's better than just whisking it all together.
Strap in, boys, because I think this is going to be a journey.
The yogurt's nice. It makes sense what you're trying to do, but sweet carrot, sweet chutney, again, a bit too much, especially when there's so little on the plate.
Yeah.
If that was a pickled carrot and you'd put some chili flakes through your mango chutney, I wish you'd use that though. Like this stuff is the gold, right?
Is it?
Yeah, rinse that off, deep fry it as a crispy thing on top.
Oh, I see.
More texture.
Kind of ran out of time.
And yeah, your writer isn't half bad.
All right. But now's the bit that matters.
Oh, it's really hard. These are the harder tins.
Yeah, 100%.
Jamie, you went for the safe approach, a dish that you know that you eat, that everyone likes, but you were fighting with lots of sugar, and you fell over at the peas. Mike, you went out of your comfort zone, you deep fried a full English, you forced a carbonara into there, and I think the next time round would be delicious. You went a bit experimental, but I like that. And with a few tweaks, you could put that on a menu.
Oh, what? I thought you were going to say put that in front of a drunk man's plate.
Yeah, but imagine going to a pub and they offer you a full English pakora after a few pints. You'd say, yeah, why not?
I'll take that.
Do you have a loser?
I do have a loser. I'm going to say Jamie, sorry, but like it's almost too much.
Maybe if I'd gone for the mushy pea fritters, we wouldn't be here.
Maybe. Well, congratulations, Mike. Well
I
done.
don't feel like I'll take it.
I think we knew coming into this was always going to be the toughest of challenges. Really impressive. Didn't quite hit the mark, but let us know what you think by commenting downstairs. Make sure you give the video a like. We're aiming for 15,000 every single video. And we'll see you in the next one. Well done, boys.
Brilliant.
Well done,
Thanks.
Mike. Well done.